Kyle Larson finished P8 in the Cars Tour race this past Wednesday night at Caraway Speedway. He had quite a bit to say following the race about his performance, and even kind of teased that he might return, especially if they have more midweek races. That gives him an opportunity to hop in the car. And he actually says that hopping in a late model stock car might actually help him improve out there on the NASCAR Cup Series circuit. If you didn't know, Larson was driving for Junior Motorsports. Junior Motorsports also fields the current point series leader, Carson Quaffle. At least he was the current point series leader going into the race. I don't think the Car Store has actually updated the points yet. But so he was in top gear out there. Finished 8th. And let's listen to what he had to say about the Car Store, the competition he faced, and how he might return if they do more midweek races like this.
Start to finish, what has the experience of running in the Cars Tour been like for you today?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been, 10 years, I guess, or so since I've been in one of these, and they're a lot faster than what I remembered. So that was good to get behind the wheel and be like, wow, this is, I feel like I'm going fast. So I had a good time. The tires were fun to race on. I haven't ran on a bisply in a long time in a stock car, so that was enjoyable. Obviously would have liked to have been a little bit better, but I think that falls way more on me than the car. I think, I struggle. I've always struggled on short tracks and stock cars for whatever reason. And
so I do want to pause it there. I think what he's saying here is true. I mean, we've seen Dale Earnhardt Jr. get in the same car, and he has struggled with it as well. It maybe takes him a couple times to get back used to it. We've seen that at Florence Speedway earlier this year, where both of the Junior Motorsports cars actually struggled. But then you see Josh Berry maybe hop into it, who's much more used to being in that Cars Tour late model stock car and has no issues, runs up top front, is always competing for the win. So I do think that what he's saying here is meaningful. These guys are practicing. They know what they're doing. They've got their timing right. These are different cars from the NASCAR Cup Series. And even one of the best drivers out there is saying that he could be a little bit better in these late models to improve.
Then when you get out there in a field with you guys who are used to racing, kind of lesser horsepower cars than what I am on a short track, it really shows. So they just have all their timing down right a lot better than me, and makes it difficult for me. Watching guys drive by people in front of me, it's like, man, I wish I could do that. I just get my timing off some, and if I was to do it more often, I think it would probably definitely help me in the Cup Series. But all in all, I had a good time. So thanks to JRM, Josh, Dale Jr., everybody for allowing me to come out here and have some fun on a Wednesday night. So I enjoyed it.
Amongst all the cars.
So I'm really liking what Larson is saying here. He's saying that racing in the late model stock cars, the Cars Tour, could actually help improve him in the NASCAR Cup Series. I think we've already seen that. Josh Berry has proven himself now. He just signed a massive deal with Stewart-Haas to become the next driver in their number 4 Ford Mustang for Stewart-Haas Racing. He was a Cars Tour competitor just 5 years ago. He then switched over to becoming the NASCAR Weekly Series champion. He was still racing that Junior Motorsports late model stock car, but instead going to other tracks on a weekly instead of competing in the Cars Tour. And we're also seeing a number of the Cars Tour guys get rides already in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Actually, Lane Riggs, who won the race, has been racing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series a number of times this year. We've also seen Caden Honeycutt get a ride here. So these guys are the future stars of the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity, and Craftsman Truck. Even some of them now becoming names to talk about in the upper levels of NASCAR. And I would love to see more people like Larson come in. Who knows? Maybe Rick Hendrick, with all the employees they got over there at Hendrick Motorsports, they start developing late model stock car program where they can actually send some of their drivers to start competing in these Cars Tour races. We already know that's what Kevin Harvick is doing. He relaunched Kevin Harvick Incorporated, and that's the car that won at Caraway with Lane Riggs piloting it. So it would be great to see more investment in the Cars Tour and late model stock cars, because honestly, I think it's some of the best racing that you see out there, especially here in the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast region. And I'm really looking forward to them bringing out more people, and maybe hopefully Kyle Larson does return.